Hey guys, what's up? It's Jonathan with One Big Impact. So this is going to be a quick video. Just kidding. Maybe it's going to be quick. I don't know. But as you may know, I'm actually getting ready to leave on Tuesday to Costa Rica, and I'm going to go there for a couple weeks, hitting goals and crushing dreams in a good way. So let's get started, and we are going to teach you how to pack light while traveling abroad. Okay, so a little bit of a crazy angle, and I'm going to be using this curtain rod that I just snapped off of the curtains to kind of direct you around what I got and why I got it. And if you're going to be traveling, you may not have to do as minimal as I'm doing on this specific travel. The reason I am attempting, or the reason I'm going to be fitting everything inside this one little backpack, is because of the airline that I'm using charges $75 for anything besides a single backpack. Okay, I may actually reduce this down a little bit further. That all depends on how the backpack looks. That backpack is, and let me move it over here so you can see it. That backpack is actually not going to be like stuffed. It actually can't be stuffed. Okay, so it's, you can see it's just a regular size backpack. And that backpack actually has gone with me through, I think, 15 or 16 countries, but it can't be stuffed to the brim because of the dimensions. I'm only allowed to have a carry-on that's 18 by 14 by 11 or something, I believe, like that. So it's a pretty small thing. That backpack is those dimensions only if I don't go crazy full. So I'm going down to the bare necessities, but I think it's a really, really, really good idea. Always, always, always travel light, okay? As light as you possibly can. That being said, let's kind of start over here and work our way around and in a circle. I'm going to be in Costa Rica for 2 weeks. I will be staying in hostels in San Jose and kind of traveling different places as well. But the majority, my home base is going to be 2 different hostels. One for 1 week and then another for another week. Things you won't need is going to be like a towel. If you are going to be minimal, because let's be completely honest, when you get to a place like this, you can find a dollar store or a cheap store locally or something like that and get a towel for a couple bucks and just ditch it when you're done. Or leave it behind at the hostel or give it to somebody that you see that doesn't have one or whatever. Put it in the free box. Really good idea. Okay, so first of all, this is going to be stuff that's in my bag only. I'm going to have a shirt here, another shirt. So that's 2 shirts. Okay, I got more of a relaxed shirt, a little bit nicer shirt, both still t-shirts. And if you like tank tops or something like that, if you're going to warm weather, maybe that's a good idea too. 3 pairs of underwear. I know, you're probably like, he's going to be there 2 weeks and he's only going to change his underwear 3 times. No. I'm going to use the washing facilities every few days to kind of wash what I have. I'm bringing enough stuff where I could probably wash it in the sink, dry it out, and it would be fine. 3 pairs of socks. I'm usually a big proponent on bringing like 7 pairs of underwear because I don't like to have to do laundry all the time. This specific time, I don't have the money to pay for the baggage, so we're going to do something a little bit different. 3 pairs of socks, 1 pair of like gym shorts. Make sure they're light. Something that you could wash in the sink if you had to and hang them out to dry. Kind of like a fleece basketball short material or whatever. Next thing, more important for me, maybe not for you. Maybe you can do it on a tablet. Maybe you can do it on your cell phone. Whatever. Mine is going to be this new baby blue, super thin. By the way, links to everything I'm taking is going to be in the description below. This is going to be my first time using baby blue. That's the new little thin, slim laptop. It's not new, but it's new to me. Also, you don't have to bring deodorant. If you don't, by the way, side note, bring your freaking laptop charger. I've done that. It's a horrible idea. The deodorant, I am extremely specific. I will get a rash. I freak out if I don't have my deodorant. Okay? If you have a specific deodorant that you need, or a specific cologne or a specific toothpaste or whatever, as long as you make sure it's under that 3 or 4 ounce mark or whatever TSA is regulating, if it's liquids, bring it. Because chances are in Costa Rica they're not going to have my brand, and trust me, 9 times out of 10 they don't have it, okay? And I am not willing to screw up my trip or smell like crap the whole time, so I'm bringing it. The next thing is, I don't probably have to go into too much detail on these things, but chargers, okay? If you have a cell phone or anything like that, bring your chargers. This is a Fitbit Blaze charger. This is a external hard drive charger. This is a laptop charger. These are specific to the items I'm bringing. I'm not going to be able to find these down there, and if I do, especially in Costa Rica, because they have such a high import tax for electronics, it would cost me a small fortune. I guarantee this little charger right here that would cost me like $3 or $4 on Amazon would be $40. Okay, so bring your chargers. Remember, they're gold. Don't bring multiple chargers. Don't bring 3 or 4 chargers for a laptop. I mean, if something happens, just wait till you get back, work around it. So bring your chargers. Next is headphones and headphones, okay? I'm suffering space. I'd leave a pair of underwear down for an extra pair of headphones. Okay, if you're on a flight, especially a long flight, you're gonna need headphones, okay? Bring your own, bring something that you've already tested and you know you're gonna like it for a long period of time. Screaming babies, people arguing, loud noises, the motors, all kinds of things. If you're on bus, transit, train, whatever, you want headphones and you want backup headphones, okay? I prefer the Bluetooth, but I bring the wired just in case that one of my devices is not able to sync up or something like that, so I make sure I have a backup plan. The next thing is going to be phone charger, okay? Bring 2. And the reason I say that specifically is because my Bluetooth headphones use this same charger, okay? Also, my power bank uses the same charger. My cell phone uses the same charger. You're going to want to charge more than one thing at once, okay? And it's going to be a huge problem if you don't have a second and maybe even a third charger. If you got iPhones, which I don't know who uses those, maybe somebody does. I think they are defective devices, but make sure you have extra chargers for your device. And like I said before, only extra chargers that you will need multiple of. The next thing is a pencil or a pen or whatever. I mean, just bring a writing utensil if you prefer. I like to write a lot of things down. I'll be bringing my journal that Jennifer Archie Ness got me. Thank you. First time busting the virginity on the, wow, that was kind of inappropriate. Well, anyway, that was like, I'm going to break loose. It's too late, I already said it. Next is a toothbrush. You don't have to bring a toothbrush. If you're not specific about a toothbrush, get one when you get there. You can get one for a couple bucks. It's a new toothbrush, you feel great. I specifically bring a toothbrush because I just got my braces done. I'm gonna bring my wax, I'm gonna bring this, little tooth scraper thing, and my dental floss. If you have specific stuff that you need like this, the wax is probably the most important thing that I would need. And the reason for that is because I may not be able to find it locally. They could use different stuff and maybe hard for me to find through, I don't know, translations or whatever. Also, bring a wall charger. Make sure you are going to bring a travel adapter if you're going somewhere that uses a different type of thing. But also remember, most places have travel adapters for like $5-10, so it's not a huge deal. And if you're going to like London or something like that and they have a dollar store or Poundland or something like that, 90% of the time you can get them at the dollar store, so it's not like a huge deal. External hard drive, that's what I'll be using, and the reason I'm doing that is because I have a lot of my files, I have meal plans, I have documents, I have tons of stuff backed up on there as far as like videos and stuff like that. I have, I don't know, almost a terabyte of storage full on there. So I'm going to bring that as like a backup so I can use it for my computer and stuff like that. It does take up precious space. I haven't completely decided on that, but that's completely up to you. The next thing is, I just put that as kind of like a random pill bottle. Medications. Bring your medications. I don't care how much space you have. If you have to, bring all doctor prescribed medications. Make sure they're in the pill bottle. If they're not, you're probably going to go to jail. They do not play around. The next thing is, usually I bring an eyeglass case, but I bring 2 of them. Specifically right now I'm cutting size because I have these glasses that I'll be bringing for nighttime and these for daytime because they're both prescription. But then I'll just swap for the case or whatever so I don't have to have 2 cases. It takes up too much room. Next is GoPro battery, GoPro that. And that reminds me, I'm gonna have to put the GoPro charger here. I forgot about that. Make sure you have the GoPro charger, okay? Or everything that goes to it. I am always videoing, so I'm gonna have the GoPro, I'm gonna have the underwater deal, I'm gonna have the selfie stick and a little bag to put all my GoPro stuff in to keep it kind of organized while it's in the backpack. The next thing is, obviously, also, and remember, all the links will be in the description below. The camera that you're watching this video on, I'm also bringing, which is a huge camera in comparison to the GoPro, but I'm going to use that for my trip and stuff like that. That's the Canon T3i. I'm not going to be using any external mics or anything because to save space, but also camera cards. I can't stress that enough, okay? This one specifically is going to be one with an adapter because that's what the GoPro takes. It won't take another one. So you will need that, and bring a backup camera card if you have one. Okay, don't buy a bunch of stuff specifically for the trip, but remember there's probably going to be an upcharge if you're in a tourist area. And usually you can check them out in the links below. They will be much cheaper on Amazon. The next thing is my journal, like I said before, and that will double as, you know, writing and stuff like that, and having paper with me for the pencil if I need to jot down notes or anything like that. But this is more for talking about my travels as I'm going along and kind of just, you know, just doing something. This is the Canon T3i charger, wrapped up in a Healthy Living for a Healthy Life wristband. Also, I use those, it's a little side note, I use those bands, they're actually bracelets, but I use them, and I use them as a system. So they have a band on them when they're clean, take the band off of them when they're not. So when you go to do laundry, you put them in a separate pocket, and you know if clothes don't have a band on them, you throw them in the washer, they need to be cleaned. If they do have a band on them, other than socks, if they do have a band on them, then they are clean and don't need to be washed. Power bank. One side note. Give me 1 second. I gotta grab something else to show you. Side note is an additional power bank. Okay, this is a good power bank, and this is also a power bank. Those power banks can charge my Bluetooth headphones, they can charge my cell phone, they can also charge, I believe, yes, the GoPro. They can charge a lot of things. They can't charge big devices like the laptop or anything like that, but a super helpful thing to have, because especially if you're running around doing lots of stuff and you're not near an outlet, this can charge my phone twice, I believe, and this can charge it like 1.5 times. So between the two, I can actually get a lot more juice out of it. That's another reason that you're going to need the cords, because these have to be charged at night while you're sleeping so that you can have them with you. And if you only bring one cord, you're going to hate yourself because it's going to take forever. You'll just be back and forth. Otherwise, you can charge them both at night and you're good to go. The next thing is my itinerary. I keep it in a folder, specifically. It's not really usually full of stuff, but if I have anything for like airline tickets or information, I haven't printed everything out yet, but for like hotels and maps and stuff like that, especially if you don't know if you're going to have internet service or Wi-Fi or anything like that, as far as you know, cell phone service and stuff like that. It's kind of like a backup plan. Plus, you have a written copy just in case something does happen to your electronic devices. And the next thing is a book. This is the book I won't be bringing, but I just ordered. I'm going to try, I'm like, not quite halfway, but I'm going to try to finish this before I leave. I got a couple days. And then I'm going to be bringing a different book that I ordered on Amazon yesterday. So I'll put a link in the description below always. The next thing is, if you forget this little puppy, you ain't leaving the country, okay? Bring your passport. If you're also, side note on that, if you're going to a different country, make sure you get your passport and don't try to get it a day before. You can usually get it I think they have an expedited service. It's like 3 or 4 days, but it's going to cost you like $400 or $500. It's not worth it. If you get the regular, you know, standard time, I think it's like a month or two to be safe. So please get that. Also, check the country that you're going to, because you may need a specific visa on top of the passport to enter the country, and they want to know a lot more information, and it can cost money. Sometimes you even need to pick up the visa. I think Cambodia is that way. Somebody told me actually that I met on the plane coming back from London, pretty cool guy, Kyle I believe his name is, and you actually have to go to like the consulate or whatever when you get there and get your passport or your visa. So keep that in mind. Aside from that, we're going to pan over here real quick, and I apologize if I lose focus. But now you're probably thinking, well, that's not a lot of clothes. I don't know how the hell you do that. And this may look like a lot of stuff, okay? It may look like a lot of stuff. It's really not that much stuff. Okay, you'll see it. I'm gonna flip over to the end. At the end of the video, I'll show you what my backpack looks like after it's completely loaded. Now this is going to be how I'm going to get my warm weather clothes in there. It's kind of tricky and absolutely hilarious, considering I live in sunny, hot Arizona. When I show up to the airport, they're like, okay, why are you dressed for winter when it's not hot, it's not cold? But it doesn't matter because they can't judge you. Regardless, this is a way you get a little extra clothes. If you want to bring a couple extra shirts or something like that, layer them. Wear a couple t-shirts, no big deal. Wear some shorts under some sweatpants. Also, throw your jacket on. You could throw a light jacket on and then maybe even a thicker hoodie or a pullover jacket on top of that. Layer your clothes. If you want to, wear a couple pairs of socks, a couple pairs of underwear. Nobody's going to care. Literally, as soon as you get off that plane, take the stuff off. It's not a big deal. Or you can even take the stuff off while you're on the plane. It's not a big deal. So basically, this is a good way of getting a couple extra items. Don't go crazy. Don't try to screw the system or anything like that. But it is a good way to get a little bit more. So that being said, this is basically what I'm taking. If you guys have any questions, if you're new here, please put a comment in the section below. Please subscribe. This is how I keep doing what I'm doing. If you have questions about anything I have here, or maybe you have some suggestions for other future travelers, please also join us on World Travelers, and that is our Facebook group for aspiring travelers and people that are interested in traveling the world. If you are, please come check us out. I will put a link in the description below to that group, and also check out onebigImpact.com. We have some other helpful tips. We have lots of other videos, and have a beautiful day, guys. Be stronger than your excuses. Remember to spread love, not hate, and travel now, okay? Don't wait till later. Seriously. And I will show you now what my backpack looks like fully packed. Thanks, guys.